Hi, Bug Monster Mitch. It's November. As of recording this, it's about 6 p.m. Louisiana Standard Time, U.S. On November 8th, 2025. So like I said, it's November, early November. So you know what that means around YouTube, BookTube. It means starting to look forward to the next year. In this case, looking into what I'm going to read, put as a priority in 2026. Well, I've given this some thought, and I recorded and uploaded a video about a week ago, maybe longer, probably 2 or 3 weeks as of this recording. Um, and I will stick to that. And The Stand by Stephen King is definitely happening next year, whether it takes me 3 months, 6 months, or 12, or over that period, it doesn't matter. I've been wanting and trying to read The Stand and It and too many Stephen King books to count in my lifetime. The Stand and It being at least two of his longest works to date. I'm starting with The Stand to see how that goes. And hey, who knows, maybe after this coming year, after 2026, I may, don't hold me to this, but I very well might do at least or read at least one Stephen King book a year. I'll start with The Stand in 2026, see how that goes, and go from there. Like I said, I do have a handful, maybe two, at least two Stephen King novels under my belt. I haven't read any novellas or short stories or collections, anything like that. I've watched several movies based on too many of his works to count, but who hasn't um, watched Stephen King movies or Stephen King uh, movies based on his work? I'm sorry, I was struggling how to phrase that, but you know what I mean. Especially if you're my age, I'm sure you've watched the 1990 version of um, It with Tim Curry as Pennywise slash It. The 1994 version, I believe, miniseries of The Stand, Tommy Knockers, and so many others. So many others. But anyway, moving on from Stephen King now. So yeah, The Stand is a definite gonna happen, whether it takes me, like I said, 3 months, 6 months, the whole year. Beyond that, Does not matter. Um, but other than The Stand, what else am I going to read or hope to read? Well, The Stand is massive, of course. Uh, so I'd like to fit in some smaller works of different authors along with that. Just kind of shuffle them in and out along with The Stand so I'm not burnt out on just reading The Stand for months on end. Um, another book I'd like to fit in is something I just held up on the channel not long ago. That being Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary. I almost said The Martian. I'd love to read that too. I don't have it. Um, but as it happens, I do have Project Hail Mary. So I'd love to fit that in um, at some point along with The Stand. Um, and, you know, I keep saying I want to get into some classic literature. You know, if you've viewed this channel for the past month or so, watched any videos the past month or so, maybe a little before that too, I mentioned some classic literature books that I own that I'd like to get into. Um, those being in no particular order: Three Musketeers, Wizard of Oz, Edgar Allan Poe, Moby Dick, um, and I think there's maybe a handful of others I own in one shape or form that I can possibly get my hands on. So, you know, there's so many possibilities that I want to and could see myself potentially grabbing to read over the next several months, hell, several years, to be honest. And as I keep saying, it just really depends on my mood. If I don't feel like reading something at that particular moment, I won't read it. Uh, I have tried to kind of force myself just because I know two reasons. Because I know I've been wanting to read it, and two, I'm already, you know, a good ways into something and I want to see it through, but when I force it, that's when I will be in effort. That's when I will not finish it, and it just doesn't end well in that case. That's why I've stated on previous videos, I really I don't see myself finishing the Thrawn Star Wars trilogy by Timothy Zahn. And that's really unfortunate because the very beginning of the first book, Heir to the Empire, I was loving so much. Go back and watch previous videos where I just gush really about Heir to the Empire and Thrawn trilogy. I was so excited to read that, and I got 60% in, more or less. I think I'm at the beginning of chapter 23, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just not happening. I'm sorry, if that disappoints some other people that love the Thrawn trilogy and the Star Wars books, EU legends, whatever you want to call them, as a whole, altogether. Um, I know there are several out there in the galaxy that just cannot stop talking about Star Wars EU legends books. And I really wanted to be one of them. I really wanted to be among you guys. And I was for quite a while. It just went downhill and never came back for me. So things I want and feel I need to finish in the next month or two, because I've already started. I'm in the process of reading, you know, some things, and really would like to finish, if not by December 31st of this year, very early January of 2026. And really, there's only one right now that really comes to mind, and that is Discovery, J.A.J. Minton, John, Amy, and Jacob Minton, Book 1 of the Strange Eons series. Man, I'm really loving that. If you're not subscribed to Talking Story yet, do yourself a favor and go on YouTube after this video, or right now. You can stop the video and do a YouTube search of Talking Story and John and Jacob Minton, and sometimes Amy will pop in here or there, and discuss books, all kinds of books, fantasy, sci-fi, uh, westerns, contemporary, you name it. Those guys cover every topic of literature out there and then some. And to top it all off, they are hilarious too. So yeah, I highly recommend to check those guys out. Check out Mike's book reviews as well while you're at it. Philip Chase, the best fantasy. I could just see here list other people's channels for who knows how long that I follow, that I find have the same taste in books and movies and sense of humor and all that I find and value in myself. So I want to give um, those guys and many more, and all my viewers and followers, subscribers, a heartfelt thank you. Um, it's been quite a journey so far on YouTube and reading and movies and everything. Um, I know I said this would be a kind of list of books, things I want to get to, and I got on a tangent of so many other things um, about YouTube and YouTube channels and other people, but man, this is well worth it if time and effort into it. You will eventually connect with, you know, others and, you know, just, I'm too stunned for words. I can't put into words the feeling I get when somebody, anybody, comments, likes, subscribes to my videos or channel. Um, to quote John Minton from Talking Story, it gives you a tingle. Um, and the way I interpret that, sorry, John, if you're watching this, I'm not discounting you at all. I'm just saying the way I interpret giving you or somebody a tingle. It gives you a thrill of excitement that, hey, I connected with another person, another two, another three, whatever, however many. Um, and it takes time. It will take time. I've been I've been doing this since July of 2024, and right now I have 66 subscribers, and I believe this is video number 168, somewhere around there, somewhere just below video 170. But man, just man. Um, and you know, every now and then people will have live feed videos. And just last night, I, commented live under or on BellTube. Brian Bell had his 2 year anniversary on YouTube video last night with a handful of those people I mentioned: Mike, John, Andrew, Philip, and so many more popped in and out. I didn't watch the whole thing. Unfortunately, I don't even know how long, how far into the night they went. But man, it's just exciting, thrill, tingle, and all that, and more. To see, you may live in different areas of the country or world, but because of this one website, because of, you know, one person or people starting this up, you're able to connect. Maybe not physically face to face, but at least through comments, or maybe, do some collaborations through webcam, something like that. So, look, I'm gonna let you go before I gush any more than I have. But yeah, that's just a small sample of, you know, books I'm hoping to get to, and, you know, there are some others that maybe, maybe I could fit in. Most likely not, but maybe, and those might be um, J.R.R. Tolkien, The Fellowship of the Ring, not the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, but, you know, try to get at least some of the Fellowship of the Ring under my belt. No, I haven't read The Hobbit. Again, like The Martian, I don't own it. I would love to own a box set paperback of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So I'll start there. And like I said in a previous video when the channel first got underway, I'll do like Peter Jackson did with the movies. Work my way backwards if I have. So thank you once again. A big heartfelt thank you, gratitude, all that. And as always, this has been Book Monster Mitch saying, love each other, take care of each other and yourself. And I'll be back soon with another video.